capitalist system has become addicted to what we now call leverage, which is just a fancy word for debt. The US economy has been using debt as a substitute for real income growth for roughly 20 years. And the result is that it's now one of the most indebted societies that history has ever known, with a debt to GDP ratio, if you include private and public debt, of the order of 350%. That is to say, the total debt of Americans, public and private, is 3.5 times the annual output of the US economy. So we have a debt-propelled capitalism. And our solution to the crisis that struck in 2007 was, guess what? More debt. Public debt to take the place of private debt. And this addiction has got so bad that some economists seem to think that the debt can never be too big, that we can borrow $9 trillion over the next 10 years without there being any downside.
People think capitalism is all about greed, and they forget that the real reason capitalism exists is for growth. So I'd like to look forward and say capitalism is about growth, greed got us here, and we just have to reset the equation.
You have a mistake made by two adults. An idiot lends to another idiot, all right? What happens? Who has to pay the price? The general public has to pay for their mistakes. And our children and grandchildren and future generations through deficits. That's not capitalism. Capitalism is about people bearing the consequences of their mistakes, not transferring mistakes to the general public. This is a backward form of socialism, where the general public never had a penny from what the bankers were making, and now we have to pay the price for them. Call that capitalism? This is not capitalism.